Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jalen Dolls, of course, and this is Jalen Unplugged. Today, we're going to be trading gold once again, and today it is December 1st, and it is 6:09. So let's go ahead and jump onto the charts and see what gold has for us today. All right, so it looks like we are finally getting back our, oh yeah, super strong push to the upside. So let's jump down to the weekly. Let's see what our daily says. Definitely looking for buys today. Probably going to be looking to take these old highs. Let's see. Yeah, I would definitely be looking to maybe target here and see what we do once we get here. And it kind of looks like we're coming out of that. But I do also see we have a support here. So let's jump down a little bit further, see what we have. Yeah, I kind of like this because I would like to see a break and then retracement. So I kind of like what we have so far. Yeah, because I'm going to want to see an impulse to the upside to break this downtrend. And then we'll probably take the gap that comes off of that. But we do also have a gap here that looks like it was filled. And this would probably be the lowest I'd be willing to take. Where's our low? It's not really that clear. Because we have a low here. Then we have a low here. And now it looks like we're making our new low here. Or actually, this is not. Because higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Yeah, higher low, higher high. Pulls down just a bit, which should make our new higher low, and that's a new higher high. So yeah, I think that that is right. Let's go to the 5 minute. Yeah. Yep. So that is our new higher low, making our new higher high. So now we're waiting for another higher low to take the new higher high. So we do have a gap here that it did not fill completely, but I'm not too worried about that. But we will keep our eye on this setup here. This will probably be the only setup that will take that slow. I wouldn't take anything down here because we'll be breaking structure at that point. But on our 1 hour, our high lows are here. So let's also keep that in mind. Our higher lows are here. But I do like our buying potential here. I just want to see it drop down and then break this trend line with a strong push to the upside. That's what I would like to see. So we're probably not going to make that until probably closer to like 7. And then use our 8 o'clock candle to fill this huge gap up here. and to come up into this zone. So I will be looking for buys today. That is what my bias is saying. And we're just going to wait for a setup and then take said setup. Okay, guys, so it is 7:13 now. And as you can see, we did break out of this trend line. And when we did, we had a lot of bullish pressure. But then we broke under the trend, under the zone again. And we are now testing this trend line. I would like to see it hold and then probably range for a little bit and then make another setup to the upside. But as of now, we are kind of like in this bit of a zone right here. But I don't really like the way this zone looks. I mean, it did break the highs here, but it's just, I don't know, too spread out for me. And plus, we're not in our trading window. Maybe if we were in our trading window, I would look to take it. But yeah, so as of now, we're probably just gonna wait for a fresh setup. And obviously wait for our new trading window to open. So that's what we're waiting for. This red line here is gonna be our overall low, like here on the 30. As you can see, that is the low for the 30. But on the 1 hour, our low is down here. So this would be the low that we would like to not see broken for our overall trend to stay intact. Because as you can see, higher high, higher low, higher high. You can't see the higher low because it's on the 30. This would be our new higher high for the 4 hour. So I would like to see this hold and continue to push up. So that's what we're going to be waiting for. And yeah, so I'll come back once we get our trading window opened. Okay, so we are back. And the market is looking kind of weird. Not going to cap. I would like to see the push to the upside, but I don't know. It's been falling. So, I mean, it hasn't broken back under this trend line, but it keeps coming back down to touch it. So, I don't know. I'm still looking for buys. I think I'm just going to hold on to my bias and look for a push to the upside. Because, I mean, overall, we haven't had a setup yet. The only thing that we had was this here, but it's now in it. So I wouldn't want to take this trend. This trade off this zone, unless we get like a hard push to the upside. Then I'll probably take the break of the candle or something like that. But as of now, we're still just waiting because we did get the indication here that we wanted to go up, and then another indication and one more. So we're just gonna wait and see if we get our setup. If we get our setup, then we're just gonna take the trade. But if we don't get a buy setup, I'm probably just gonna stay off the charts today because we are super high. As you can see, we're coming back up to all-time highs, and this is all bullish once again, and still bullish here as well until we break this low here or even this low. Then we'll probably be shifting to bearish, but yeah, I don't know. It all looks bullish to me. That's all I see is bullish. So we're just going to wait until the 5-minute flips bullish, and then we'll be taking that trade, which it probably should be doing on this candle here, because now we have market open. So once we get the break of this trend now, we will be looking for our buy setup. But I'm probably just going to leave the trend line like this because this is where it broke first. So we're just going to wait for our setup, which if it makes the setup off of this candle, that is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If it makes this setup right now. Because I would love to have a short stop loss with a good break of the candle. That's beautiful. So I would like to see this here. If it leaves that, That's perfect. That is exactly the trade that we want. That's exactly the trade that we want. And then I'll be taking it off of this zone right here. But it has to leave the gap first. If it doesn't leave the gap, we're not taking nothing. It's literally just fighting this zone right here. But I already said, once it's above it, it's bearish. I mean, it's bullish all day. But under it, super bearish. And that's what it's giving us right now. But the only way I'll take sells is if we fall way under here and make a new setup. It's the only way I'm taking sells is if it falls under here. Because it just don't make sense for it to be bearish. I like it. I like what it's doing now. I love what it's doing now, for real, for real. But I just gotta wait for that closure. I need it to close above that line, or even where it's at now will be good. I just need it to close up here. If it doesn't close above here, I'm not taking it. I need a body closure above here. And we got a minute. I need a body closure up here. Alright, limited set. I like the way the setup looks, so I'm gonna go ahead and start my morning, and I'll be back probably like 15 minutes or so. Let this candle play out and see what it does. I like how much it slowed down here. My only concern is fighting back above this zone. It's my real only concern. Alright, so it looks like it's about to tap us in. Alright, we are in on this candle. It has now filled the gap. Alright, so now that we're in, we could either win or we could lose. So I'm gonna go hop in the shower. I'm okay with this entry. I would have liked to see more of a rejection here, but it looks like we are rejecting up now. So we have some sort of buying pressure. So I'm gonna let it run. I'm gonna go hop in the shower. Hopefully it doesn't go to TP3 and then reject, because TP2 is here. Let me type it, TP2 and TP3. So TP3 is there. Hopefully it doesn't go to TP3 and reject, or even TP2. Oh, it looks like it might take us out. Oh, it took us out. So it is what it is. We took our L for today. I would like to know why though. Oh, there's a gap here that I just filled. But I wouldn't assume. Well, that's the hour low. That's why. But look at that. Oh, that don't look good. We might be selling. Hmm. Let's see. Huge wick. See, it still shows buys though. It hasn't broken a low unless it forms a new setup. Now we're bearish on the lower time frame. Well, not bearish yet. We haven't broken the 1 hour low. All right, guys. So it ended up coming down and taking us out, but it kind of does look like it's trying to make a new setup. So I'm kind of just waiting it out, seeing what's gonna happen because it's only 9:16. Um, do we have news today? I don't think we have news today. Oh, 10 o'clock. But yeah, so it took us out, not really understanding why it dropped so far because it also broke this hour low that we had marked up. So, I mean, the 30-minute low that we had marked up. So it doesn't really make sense on why it came so far down, but it is what it is. The market's going to do whatever it wants because it did have this strong push to the upside, but then it just took all of that out within one candle. So we're just going to wait and see what we get for our buying potential because I'm still bullish overall. But unless we get a really good, clear push to the upside, I'm probably going to just take the L and walk away for today because now we would have to break this high here in order for me to even look at taking a trade. So we're going to wait and see what we get. And yeah, that's all we can do at this point. Is just wait. All this got taken out, so none of this stuff is valid anymore. And this trend line, we'll have to wait for this one to get broken. Because overall, I'm still definitely bullish. And bearish just doesn't make sense, especially with how we've been moving. Like going bearish doesn't make sense whatsoever. Because even here, you can see it had a setup here that it basically did the same thing that it did to me here, where it took us out and then continued to the upside. So we're just gonna wait and see what it gives us at 9:30. It could definitely give us our entry that we're looking for, and then we'll be done for the day. So we're just gonna wait for that. All right, so we got no choice but to just wait and see what market wants to do. I went ahead and just erased everything because we will be starting fresh because that setup was invalidated. We are still holding bullish. It's just showing a lot of bearish signs right now, so we just have to wait for all this to end. Um, but yeah, I mean, this was a decent setup. It wasn't like an A plus or nothing like that, but it definitely was a good setup to take. So we're just gonna wait for a new setup to form. The only thing I see right now is this bearish setup, but we are not bearish, so we would not be taking this. But I mean, we could definitely leave it there just to see if it gets tapped into or whatever. But yeah, we should definitely be bullish today. Overall market structure is bullish. We're on a uptrend here, uptrend on the 30, even though it's kind of plateauing and ranging. Um, on the 1 hour, it's still bullish. Like there's no strong bearish signs other than like these candles here. But then what happened after these? Bullish, and broke the high here. So with that being said, we're just waiting for the bearish momentum to end because it's still making a bearish candle on the 4 hour. But on the daily, we are bullish. Weekly, we are bullish. And on the 12-month, we are bullish. So we're just going to wait for that bearish momentum to end, which should be on this candle here, and give us our signs that we want to go back to the upside. So that's all we're just gonna wait for. And if we get it, great. If not, we're just not gonna trade today. It is what it is. But we are just waiting for another good bearish setup to form, which it looks like it could be forming here. But we're just gonna wait and see what happens, because we would want to see, well, technically this high get broken with our setup following behind it. So we're just gonna wait for that setup to form, and we'll see what happens. Okay, guys, so we do have another setup that is currently forming. So as you can see, let me delete these to not confuse you. As you can see, we are not touching the bottom wick here on this yellow candle. So technically this would be like our swing, but I kind of like that a little bit more. So this is a potential setup here. I would probably, not probably, I would definitely take it if it comes back up to fill this gap after it leaves this bearish candle. Overall, we are flipping to bearish because we are breaking lows here. On the daily, it's very, very small, and there's no space over here to even say whether it wants to continue or to stop, because from here we had selling pressure. So it is very likely, and technically we just tapped into this daily here that is bearish as well. So bearish could be the move for today, because our 4-hour is breaking lows, and our 1-hour is also on the verge of breaking lows. So no telling. And we did have this like huge rejection up here, so there's no upward momentum at this very moment. So sells could very much be in play. I am willing to take this setup if it leaves this push here. So if we leave this here, I would definitely take the sell setup here to target, damn, maybe this low, but it looks like it's about to take that out anyway. Yeah, maybe targeting down here, or even down here, because we do have hella gaps that were left over here, and we also have that daily gap that was left. Was it this one? Where is that gap? Right here. This gap here, that was never filled. So I mean, that gap could be the target. No idea, because that's a huge bearish candle on 15, on the 30. So I mean, it just, at this very moment, sells does make sense. And I already said that if we were to break under here and then have a setup form, that I would most likely take it. And this is that form, this is that setup forming. So I am probably gonna take the sell on this. Set my stop loss, definitely not risking that much. Changing that. Probably gonna do 500 risk. What is this? 1-3. Mm, 600 risk, 1800. Yeah, I might just risk the same 600. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna end up taking this. I'm probably gonna wait to see the reaction on the close, just because there is also a setup up here. If the move is really gonna be bearish for today, there's also a setup up here. So I'm gonna wait for the close. I'm not just gonna set the limit on this one, since we already took one L. doesn't make sense to just throw money back into the market to take a second. If it could be avoided, it definitely will be. I like that it's fighting the EMA. But I definitely don't want to see it close in the zone. I like the 3 minute candle. And the 1 minute closed under as well. I think we might just take it. It's just that 5 minute candle hasn't closed yet. If the 3 minute closes like that, I might take it. It's really fighting that zone. If it comes back up, great. If not, I'll wait for a entry on the 1 minute. But I am taking this. Yeah, we are gonna take this, but I do want to see on the 1 minute it continues to break. Oh crap. I want to see it break that low. It does look good though on the 5. I do kind of want to see it close under the zone. I don't want to see it close in it. But solid reaction right now. Oh, stop loss is too big right there. Move this to here. Confirm. 1 to 2. All right, 1 to 2 is here. One to 3 is here. One to 4 is over there. Okay. So 1 to 3 here. So we are going to be moving our stops. If we push this far down, we're going to move our stops to 1 to 3. And then if it gives us our full TP, we'll take it. But if not, it is what it is. This is our last trade idea of the day. If we lose this, we're done for the day. Already took one loss. I don't like to take more than 2 trades a day. So, and this would be our second and final trade.
That's even if it taps us in, because it might just break the candle. Oh, it gave us our entry. So copy. Alright, so we shall see what this trade does. We're gonna go ahead and let it run. I'm gonna go hop in the shower real quick and get my day started because I gotta go to work at 12 and it is 10 o'clock. So I'm gonna go hop in the shower real quick because I gotta get ready to get out of here. So we're gonna let this run. Hopefully we hit TP, but if not, we'll just close it at whatever we get. So I'm gonna let this run and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am back. I'm fresh out the shower, and as you can see, we secured a 1 to 2 just because while I was in the shower, I seen it was starting to reverse real hard off of TP3. It didn't go through it, but it came close and then started to reject really hard. So just to secure 1 to 2 at least, because this trade is counter trend. As you can see on the higher time frames, we are bullish here, and this would be the first like down push. So I didn't want to catch a reversal, so I went ahead and just moved my stops to a TP2, which was a little bit above the candle here, and it literally came up to hit the TP2 target and then just dropped down to TP3. So overall, I'm happy with the way the trade went, because either way, it would have been out at TP3 here, because it rejected once again and came up, would have took us out, and then it came down again, rejected. So it is what it is. I'm definitely happy with the way the trade went today. We secured a 1 to 2, and we secured about $1,000 in profits, 1,100. So we secured 1,100. We were risking like 620 or something like that. So I'm happy with that 1 to 2. Not upset whatsoever. So we'll be back tomorrow. Please like, comment, subscribe, and remember, Stay unplugged. Deuces.